Welcome, I'm Chef Geoff Blount. I am the program chair here for the Baking and Pastry Arts program at Central Piedmont Community College. Today we're going to talk about a little what we call speed scratch. And for those chefs out there that need to understand speed scratch, it's utilizing some really good quality products. In this case today, we have a wonderful Prouvé shell, all butter, tart shell, ready to go. We have a wonderful glaze. This is an apricot glaze. We sometimes refer to it as a nappage. And I'm going to start with that nappage first this morning. And the reason being is we need that to heat up for a little bit. So we've got this nappage right out of the bucket. This is how it comes. We're going to add a little bit of water to it just to thin it down. And then we're going to let it roll while we're doing the rest of our prep. So it's peach season here in Charlotte. We are able to go to some of the peach stands and get some beautiful peaches at this time of year. So you say, well, there's other seasons. We are getting some cherries in right now. How about strawberries in May? Any of your fruits are going to work with this product, but we're going to show you a little trick today using this Prouvé tart shell and some of our dipping chocolate, our coating chocolate. Now, for those of you in the retail sector, this is how we serve it. I will say that, chefs, this is not a bad thing. I'm able to take it and put it right in the microwave. And actually, once I put it in the microwave, it's good and liquidy. Get a nice shot of that right there. We have a brush, and we're just going to take that product and put some right down inside the shell. And what we're doing here is we're actually putting a moisture barrier in between the fruit and the shell so that shell doesn't get soggy. This is an all butter shell and it will absorb some moisture, and that's fine. We don't want it to be super crispy, but we like a little bite. So once that starts to harden up, our shell will have a nice coating there. Our apricot glaze is nice and thin. So we'll turn that down. Next thing we're going to talk about is a pastry cream powder. Now, pastry cream from scratch takes a little while, a lot of stirring over the stove. It does take up a little bit of your time, and you're not able to multitask. So what we're going to show you today is something that's going to allow you to multitask and bring some flavor. This is a cold processed pastry cream powder. Granular form, has a vanilla flavor to it. We're actually able to put that right in the bowl. And it's 12 ounces of powder to about a quart of liquid. In this case, we're going to add our water, and you can adjust with milk if you'd like to. You can even put in fresh beans if you'd like, scraping them down. We're going to take our whisk, and we're just going to mix that together. It's usually about 3 to 4 minutes. Feel free to put it in your KitchenAid mixer. Let it go ahead and mix for a little while and start working on your peaches. So after we start to bring that together, it's mixed for about 3 to 4 minutes. You're going to actually have a product that looks much like this. Nice, soft, creamy pastry cream, but I'd like to add a little bit of cream to it just to bring some little bit of flavor. So we're going to add a little bit of cream. Like I said, I can add some more vanilla bean speck to it. You say, Chef, I'd like to have maybe a lavender flavor. Well, that's fine. Take your cream or your water and go ahead and heat it up. Steep some of those wonderful tea leaves or lavender or some of those beautiful things that are now extremely trendy and work really well. And I would say in this case, a lavender would go nice. Maybe a little almond or a little walnut. So after that's gotten mixed, we're going to take that mixture and use one of these wonderful comfort green bags. Now here's the deal with these bags. They're available with tropical nut and fruit. We like the fact that there is usually something slippery on the outside. But on this case, with the comfort green, there's actually a little grip to it. You can actually feel comfortable using this bag, hence the name Comfort Green. Also, they have a couple of different versions. There's a blue for cold product. There's the Comfort Green, which will actually take some heat. And you can actually fill your product right into your bag. A little twist. Get this out of our way. Give it a little snip on the end. Now, so we'll actually fill in our tart shell. Nice and easy. Now here's the great thing about this product. Typically, traditional pastry cream is good for about a day. I will tell you from experience, cold processed pastry cream is good for upwards of 4 to 5 days. So it does help with your shelf life. Also, since there's already cooked eggs in it, you're not going to really have that opportunity to make somebody sick from salmonella. All right, so we have our glaze. It's nice and thin. You want this to be thin, folks. If it's too thick, it's just going to pull your fruit right off. So nice and thin there. We're gonna take some of our beautiful peaches from right here in the region, lay those right across the top. And then as far as the glazing, run it on the edge. And just nice right over the top. This is gonna do a couple things for you here. It's definitely gonna give you some shelf life. From an entrepreneur standpoint, this really helps. I now get an extra day out of this wonderful fruit tart. You can also refresh the next morning by just brushing a little bit more on top. The biggest thing I think in the case or on the plate is this eye appeal, this extra sheen that it's actually gonna give to it. So we have the finished tart here, and we're gonna actually put a little bit of walnuts around the edge. We've got some of our toasted walnuts. Bring it back here to the edge. And while the glaze is still sticky, you're gonna actually take those walnuts and go right over the edge. And it'll hold on to the glaze. That'll bring a little extra crunch to the party there and a beautiful depth of flavor. We're gonna take some of our beautiful coulis, little fresh berries. We're gonna finish the plate up just like that for our guests. Feel free to top with a little bit of cream or maybe a wonderful sprig of mint if you so desire. And today I'd like to say that this tart, for this time of year, is a really nice, beautiful, beautiful display of apricot and then the all butter tart. It's gonna be a really nice mixture together. So thank you for joining us today, and have a wonderful time cooking with some of the beautiful products here at Tropical Nut and Fruit.